students. In the last class, we discussed about how to grouping materials. We know that in our surroundings, there are different types of materials are present. Different types of things are present. We can see different types of things, bench, desk, cloth materials, then etc. like that. So these all things are made up of a material. Then some things are made from different material. Some things are used by some different materials. Okay. All of it clear? Once again, we know that in our surroundings we can see different types of things are present in our surroundings. Each thing is made up of different types of materials. For example, pen. For example, pen. Pen is made up of plastics. Some pens are made up of metals, etc. From one thing is made from different materials, and also then another example gold ornaments. Gold ornaments can be only made from gold itself. Like that, we know that in our surroundings there are different types of materials are present. Then how we can classify or grouping materials? If someone give in our hand chalk, pencil, then like that salt, sugar, then mirror, then stone, then dust particles, then chalk powder, then leather, plastic, cotton, etc. like that. First, then how can we classify or grouping materials or sorting materials into groups? How can we sorting materials into groups? We used to group materials according to their properties, according to their different properties or similarities, on the basis of their similarities and different properties of the materials, or the similarities and different properties of the materials, on the basis of similarities and different properties of the materials. We know that objects and the materials, they are made up of different things. For example, plate. Plate is made up of, we know that plate in our house or in our home, we eat food in the plate. Plate made up of one, glass plates, then paper plates, disposable plates, glass plates, paper plates, steel plates, then plastic plates, etc. like that. Another example, pen. Pen can be made from plastic, then metal or metals. Okay. Then in our hands there are lots another materials are given. Then sugar, salt, lemon, etc. stone, etc. like that. How we groups these materials? How will we group these materials? First of all, we group the materials on the basis of the similarities and different properties. Based on the similarities and different properties. Do you know which are the properties of materials? The first property of material is appearance. The second property of material is hardness. The second property of material is hardness. And the third property of material is insoluble, soluble or insoluble. Soluble or insoluble. Then fourth one, soluble or insoluble property of material. Fourth one, objects may float or sink in water. Objects may float or sink in water. Objects may float or sink in water. Another property of material is transparency. Another property of material is transparency. The property of material is transparency. These are the properties of materials we use to grouping different materials. Once again, which are the properties of materials? Appearance. First one is appearance. Second one, hardness. Third one, soluble or insoluble. Fourth one, objects may float or sink in water. Objects may float or sink in water. And the fifth one is transparency. First one, appearance. Appearance. On the basis of appearance of different materials, we can classify the materials. Yes, we know that in our house, knife, axe, etc. like metals, metal knife, axe are present. Okay, they are black in color because on the action of air, atmospheric air. Then so if we go to a workshop or if we go to a ironsmith, etc., then we can see that if we cut a metal, the fresh portion of the metal, the cutting portion of the metal has a property. It is look shiny. That property of the material is called luster. Luster. What do you mean by luster? Freshly cut surface of some materials appear shiny. Freshly cut surface of some materials makes shiny. This property of the material is called luster. All metals have luster. A shiny property. The freshly cut piece of all metal has a shiny surface. So if there is shiny surface of that metal is called a property of which property of the material? Which property? Luster. On the basis of the appearance, on the basis of luster, we can grouping materials. All metals have luster. Then next one, hardness. Second one, hardness. On the basis of hardness, we can classify materials. Then, if soft and hard substance materials are present in our surroundings. Soft and hard substances. Hard materials present in our surroundings. The materials which can be compressed easily. Are called soft materials. The materials which can be compressed easily are called soft materials. For example, sponge. Soft materials example, sponge. Another example for hard. Another one is hard. The be compressed. We cannot compress easily. It is very difficult to compress materials. Such materials are called hard materials. Such materials are called hard. Example, stone. Example, stone. We cannot compress easily the stone. The stone cannot be compressed easily. So the stone is a hard material. Stone is a hard materials. Then the sponge can be compressed easily. So sponge is a soft material. Sponge is a soft materials. On the basis of hardness, materials can be grouped into soft and hard. Sponge and for soft material, sponge is an example. For hard material, stone is the example. Okay, next one, soluble or insoluble. Another property of material is soluble or insoluble. Soluble or insoluble. Soluble or insoluble. Soluble means the substances which dissolve in water. Which dissolve in water. Substances which dissolve in water. Substances which dissolve in water and completely disappear. The substances which dissolve in water and completely disappear. Completely disappear. Completely disappear. Such substances are called soluble substances. Such substances are called soluble substances. Next one, insoluble substances. What do you mean by insoluble substances? The substances which do not dissolve in water. Which do not dissolve in water. Which do not dissolve in water. Do not dissolve in water. Do not dissolve in water. Such substances are called insoluble. Such substances are called insoluble. What do you mean by soluble and insoluble substances? Soluble or insoluble means it is a property of materials used for classify into groups. Then what do you mean by soluble substances? The substances which dissolve in water or completely disappear are called soluble substances. The substances which do not dissolve in water are called insoluble substances. Insoluble substances. Then here I will show you some experiments regarding soluble or insoluble substances. Soluble or insoluble substances. First of all, soluble substances. Here, all of you listen. Here I take a beaker. Here I take a beaker. Then take some water in the beaker. Then I add some salt. I add some salt into the beaker. Then I stir it well. I mix it well. Then I mix it, the salt, well. What happened to the solution? The salt becomes dissolved in water. It completely disappears. Have you seen salt in the solution? No. The salt is dissolved with the water. It completely disappears. So, salt solution. So, salt, the substance salt is an example for salt is disappearing in water. So, salt is soluble substances. Salt is soluble substances. Salt is an example for soluble substances. Then I take another beaker. Then in the beaker I take some water. Then I add some sugar into the beaker. Then Then and mix the sugar well with the water. Mix the sugar well with the water. Have you seen? Yes. Then I mix the sugar well with the water. Have you seen the sugar in the solution in the water? No. The sugar becomes dissolved in water. It completely disappears. It completely disappears. So sugar is also a soluble substances. Sugar is also a soluble substances. Sugar completely disappear. Sugar. Then next I take a beaker, another beaker. Next I take another beaker. Then another beaker and take some water into the beaker. Then what is this? It's lemon. This is a lemon. Then I add some drops of lemon juice. Lemon juice into the water. Lemon juice into the water and mix well with the lemon. Mix well with the water. What happened? Can you observe lemon juice is separate from water? No. It become dissolves in water. It become dissolves in water. So lemon is also another example for solubility. Lemon. Okay. These are completely dissolved in water. These are completely dissolving water. These are completely dissolving water. These are completely dissolving water. Then another example. If we take a beaker filled with the water, then I add some sawdust into the beaker. Then mix it with water. We can see that the sawdust becomes separated from the water. So sawdust is an example for insoluble substances. Another example for insoluble substances is sawdust. Another example for insoluble substances is sawdust. Okay, all of you understand soluble and insoluble substances. The substances which completely dissolve in water and disappear from the water are called soluble substances. The substances which do not completely dissolve in water are called insoluble substances. Okay, then another properties of material is miscible and immiscible. Miscible and immiscible. Miscible and immiscible liquids. Miscible and immiscible liquids. Miscible and immiscible liquids. Miscible liquids means miscible and immiscible liquids can be classified into different groups on the basis of miscibility. Miscible and immiscible liquids. Immiscible means those liquids which mix well with the water. Liquids which mix well with the water. Mix well with the water. Mix well with the water. Miscible means mix well with the water. Liquids which mix well with the water are called miscible liquids. What do you mean by immiscible liquids? What do you mean by immiscible liquids? The liquids which do not mix well. Do not mix well. Do not mix well. Do not mix well with the water. Well with the water. Such liquids are called immiscible liquids. All of you understood? What do you mean by miscible liquids and immiscible liquids? Miscible liquids, those liquids which mix well with the water are called miscible liquids. The liquids which do not mix well with water are called immiscible liquids. So, I will show you some example for miscible or immiscible liquids. Miscible or immiscible liquids. Here I take a test tube. Here I take a test tube. Then I add some water into the test tube. Some water into the test tube. Can you see that? Yes. Then I add vinegar. I add vinegar into the water. Vinegar into the water. What happened? The vinegar become mix well with the water. Vinegar mix well with the water. So we can say that vinegar is an example for miscible liquid. Vinegar is an example for miscible liquid. Vinegar is an example for miscible liquid. Vinegar is an example for miscible liquids. It mix well with the water. Then another example, lemon juice. Another example, then lemon juice. Then if we take a beaker, then I add some lemon juice into the solution. What happens? It mix well with the water. So lemon is an example for miscible liquid. Lemon is also an example for miscible liquid. Then another example, I take a test tube. Here, then I drop some water into the test tube. Then I add some coconut oil into the test tube. What happened? Can you see that the coconut oil do not mix well. Coconut oil does not mix well with the water. It become separated from water. It is situated just above as a layer in the surface of the water. So coconut oil is a immiscible liquid. Coconut oil. Another example for immiscible liquid is mustard oil. Then I take a test tube. Then I add some water into the test tube. Then I add kerosene into the test tube. Then I add some drops of kerosene into the test tube. What happened? The kerosene does not mix well with the water. Kerosene does not mix well with the water. It is separated from the water. It cannot disappear. So, kerosene is an immiscible liquid. Kerosene is an example for immiscible liquid. Kerosene. Kerosene is an example for immiscible liquid. All of you understood? These are things all of you understood? Then what are visible and invisible liquids? Visible means visible liquids. Example. The example for visible liquids are vinegar and lemon. It completely mix well with the water. Invisible, coconut oil, mustard oil, kerosene. Coconut oil, mustard oil, kerosene. These are invisible liquid. It does not mix well with the water. Then another property of material is objects may float or sink in water. 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 Some objects. Example, if I take a beaker, take some water into the beaker, then I put a chalk piece into the water. What happened? What happened? What happened? The chalk become sink in the water. Sink in the water. Then we all know that we throw stones into the pond, into the river. What happened to the stones? The stone go downwards into the water. Go downwards into the water. It becomes sink into the water. If we throw a sponge piece into the water, what happens? The sponge piece become float into the water. The sponge piece become float. The sponge piece become float. So, floating or sink. Some objects may float or some become sink. The objects, it will present on the surface of the water. It is called floating substances. The objects which go downwards into the water, sinking. If we put a coin into a beaker of water, the coin go downwards. So coin is sinking into the water. Okay, all of you understood. Another property of material, objects may float or sink in water. Or if we put some metal pieces into the water, the metal pieces become sink into the water. Then the coins become sink into the water. If we put sponge pieces or leather or wood pieces, etc., or into the water, it becomes float on the surface of the water. Floating substances and sinking substances. All of you understood the difference between float and sink? Okay. Next one is transparency. Next one is transparency. Next one is transparency. Next one is transparency. What do you mean by transparent? On the basis of transparency, the materials can be transferred into three types. Opaque objects. Objects can be transferred into opaque, translucent, then transparent. Opaque, translucent and transparent. So on the basis of transparency, objects can be classified into three groups: opaque, translucent and transparent. What are opaque objects? The opaque materials, the materials which we are not able to see. Are called opaque objects. Materials through which we are not able to see. That objects from one side to another. If we take an opaque object, if we take a piece of stone, then see through one side of the stone. If we can see the other side, no, because it is an opaque object. Stone is an opaque object. Opaque materials means materials through which we are not able to see. Are called opaque objects. Example: wood, stone, gold. Example: wood, stone, gold, etc. Okay. Then translucent. The materials are partially visible, partially visible, partially visible, partially visible, visible materials. Partially visible materials are called translucent. Translucent. Partially visible materials are called translucent. Example, butter paper. Butter paper. Example, butter paper. Then transparent. Transparent means the materials through which we can be seen the other side. We can be see the other side of the material. So it is transparent. It is transparency. Things can be seen. Materials through which we can see. These type of materials are called transparent. Transparent. Example for transparent: glass, water, etc. are example for transparent materials. So, on the basis of transparency, property of materials, transparency, materials can be grouped into three: opaque, translucent and transparent. Example for opaque objects, opaque materials: wood, stone, gold. We are not able to see the materials through which we are not able to see. Opaque objects, translucent, partially visible materials, translucent, full transparent, transparent materials, materials through which we can see. It's not partially, we can fully visible the other side of the object. So it is transparent. Example, glass, water. Okay, today what we learned today? We learned how the properties of materials. Which are the different properties of materials? Appearance, hardness, soluble or insoluble. Then we learn about transparency. On the basis of appearance, luster. Luster is the property of a material used for grouping. What do you mean by luster? For the freshly cut piece of a surface of a material is shiny. So this shining is called a luster. Example, metals. All metals have luster. Then hardness. Then on the basis of hardness, the materials can be grouped into soft and hard. The materials which can be compressed easily are called soft materials. Example, sponge. Then hard materials, the materials which cannot be easily compressed are called hard materials. Example, stone. Then next we learn about soluble or insoluble. Soluble means the substances which dissolve in water are called soluble substances. Example, salt, sugar, etc. are example for soluble substances. Insoluble substances, example, what do we mean insoluble substances? The substances which do not dissolve in water are called insoluble substances. Example, sawdust. Sawdust is an example for insoluble substances. Then miscible and immiscible liquids. What do you mean by miscible and immiscible liquids? Miscible liquid means the liquids which completely dissolve in water, which disappear in water are called miscible liquids. Example, vinegar, alcohol, etc. are example for lemon, etc. are example for miscible liquids. Then immiscible liquids, coconut oil, mustard oil, then kerosene, etc. are example for immiscible liquids. Because those liquids which do not mix well with the water. Then next we learn about transparency. On the basis of transparency, the materials can be grouped into three: opaque, translucent and transparent. What do you mean by opaque? The materials through which we are not able to see things. Are called opaque objects. Example, wood, stone, etc. Then translucent objects, materials. The materials through which partially visible materials are called translucent. Example for translucent: butter paper, old glass door, etc. are example for translucent. Then transparent. What do you mean by transparent? The materials through which things can be seen. Materials through which things can be seen are called transparent materials. Example: glass. Then another example: glass, water, then air, test tube, etc. Do you see that in bakery the sweets are kept in glass bottles or plastic bottles, because it is the glass and plastic bottles are transparent, so it kept in glass bottles. Okay, then our lesson is over. So let's wind up the class. All of you understood how to sorting materials into groups. Then if you have any doubt, ask me. Then all are study well. Thank you. Have a nice day.